Just ahead on CTV News tonight.
For the first time in 55 days, the Dolly container ship is on the move. I'm Byron Scott. We'll have that story coming up.
Plus, Governor Wes Moore may soon be issuing his first vetoes. And how is the state doing when it comes to maternity mental health? Those stories and more, CTV News starts now.
Good evening. This is CTV News for Monday, May 20th. I'm Mariah Jalad. Thanks for joining us. And a police pursuit ends in Landover after the shooting of a D.C. police officer. According to police earlier today, an officer was on his way to work in his personal vehicle when a car driving erratically stopped in front of him. One passenger exited the car and shot into the officer's vehicle. The officer then drove a few blocks away to the Metro Police Department's 4th District Station and was brought to an area hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The involved car was then pursued by police over the D.C.-Maryland line and onto Landover Road, where you can see it on its side. Police say 2 adult male persons of interest were taken into custody in Maryland in connection with the shooting. And major progress at the Key Bridge site today. After weeks of clearing tons of twisted steel and concrete from the wreckage site, there the ship was once again on the move, but with a lot of help. Byron Scott has our story.
It's been 55 days since the Dolly container ship crashed into what was the Key Bridge behind me here. Early this morning, a team of tugboats eased it back to the port. According to the Coast Guard, the Dolly became buoyant at about 6:40 this morning. Crews had spent weeks prepping for this day. Then at about 7 o'clock, tugboats assembled and the massive Dolly container ship was on the move. This video has been sped up. Tugboats eased the Dolly to the port 2.5 miles away at a speed of 1 mile per hour. The massive container ship has been stuck in the Patapsco River since March 26, when it lost power in the moments before ramming into the Key Bridge, causing it to collapse, killing 6 construction workers. Salvage equipment was brought in to clear the site and recover the bodies of the 6 construction workers. Crews conducted a controlled detonation on May 13th to clear a massive section of the bridge that fell onto the bow of the ship. After the ship was moved this morning, tugs brought in barges that will help remove debris from the channel, all of it aimed at getting the port fully operational again.
I think that's going to be, going back to what we'll call the new normal, I guess. But it's basically taking the port back to normal operations. There'll still be some limitations while the remaining sections of the bridge wreckage are removed. But aside from that, the port will actually be able to go back to its normal standard operation, so that's people coming back to work.
As for the Dolly, it will spend several weeks getting temporary repairs at the same marine terminal it occupied on the day of the crash. And then plans are to move it to a shipyard for more substantial repairs. Byron Scott, CTV News.
Police are investigating a District Heights shooting that left 1 dead and another wounded at a car meet. Officers responded to the 6300 block of Marlboro Pike around 2 a.m. Sunday morning. That's where they found 26-year-old John Phipps of Waldorf suffering from gunshot wounds. He was taken to an area hospital where he later died. A second adult male victim was located nearby with gunshot wounds. He was taken to the hospital in stable condition. And an adult female was also taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries non-related to the shooting. Anyone with information is asked to call 1-866-411-TIPS. And Hyattsville police need the community's help locating a missing person. 16-year-old Jose Gutierrez Vasquez has been missing since Saturday, May 18th. He was last seen in the 2600 block of Kerwood Place around 6:30 in the evening, wearing a black New York baseball cap, a black shirt, and black pants. Anyone with information is asked to call the Hyattsville Police Department at 301-985-5060. And Maryland still has a lot of improvements to make in maternal mental health care. That's according to a new report card from a national nonprofit that gave the state a grade of C. The Policy Center for Maternal Mental Health evaluates evaluates states and the country, and its report says states are failing to provide adequate care to mothers. The country as a whole received a D grade. Categories the report says states can improve in are Medicaid coverage, access to maternal mental health providers, and screening requirements for mental health needs. And an effort to end public notice advertising for estates throughout Maryland is facing a potential veto from Governor Wes Moore. House Bill 1258 proposes financial consequences for newspapers across Maryland that profit from the current requirement that public notices be published in all papers. The bill would create a central website for publishing public notices on estates and save residents money that would go towards ads. Officials from the Press Association say there's a greater benefit reaching the public through print sources. Last week, Governor Moore held a final public bill signing for the 2024 legislative session. In a new poll, Metro riders give the transit agency high marks. According to a poll by the Washington Post, 75% of regular and occasional Metro riders rate the transit agency with excellent or good. Also, more than 75% say Metro rail service is reliable. The poll also finds that almost 75% say Metro provides a good value. 86% of riders who take the transit system at least once a month give the system a positive overall rating. And you're watching CTV News. Still to come, the county school system names their Teacher of the Year.
A veteran educator gets a huge recognition. I'm Katara Jones. I'll have all those details coming up on CTV News.
We hear the stories of people forced to abandon their home. The stories of people whose dreams have been swept away, or their lives left hanging by a thread. Or whose worlds have been blasted apart. Although the stories repeat themselves, each person's experience is unique as they are. And whether it's care or community that people need, we're here to help them live a new chapter, to embrace what makes them unique, be a lifeline to the most vulnerable.
Out! Out! Everybody out! Come on!
Good job. Under 2 minutes.
Keep your loved ones safe from home fires. Practice a 2-minute drill until it's part of your routine. And test your smoke alarms monthly.
In America, millions of families are facing hunger. After rent and power, I can get groceries. It's sad to say food comes last. Anna from Texas. The Feeding America network of food banks helps provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. Together, we can end hunger. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back. There's a new vacancy on the City of Laurel's City Council. Last Friday, Councilman Carl DeWalt, who represented Ward 1, resigned from the City Council effective immediately. DeWalt had been a part of the City of Laurel Council since 2015. No reason for his resignation was provided. Residents interested in running for the Ward 1 seat must meet the city's qualifications and submit required documentation by Monday, June 3rd. The City Council will hold interviews for the position on Monday, June 10th. And the Frederick Douglass High School class of 2024 turned their tassels today. Students, family, and faculty celebrated at the Showplace Arena in Upper Marlboro. The senior class reflected on their time at the Prince George's School and got ready for their next steps.
Most excited for what's in store, especially I'm going to college and I'm looking forward to the new journey and new people and just all of it, yeah.
I'm going to Old Dominion University, Norfolk, Virginia. I'm studying fashion merchandising and marketing.
I'm going to PG for nursing school.
UMBC. I'm going to the Air Force, so I'm about to be getting ready to start working out and getting ready to head to San Antonio, Texas for boot camp. Just really start life. I mean, life's already started, but it just feels great to be able to actually get a foot out the door and get moving.
I want to go out, explore the world. I've been in this area for so long. I just want to learn new things, gain more knowledge, learn new friends, meet new people, and just overall better my character. Always keep moving. So that's the goal. Just always keep moving.
Congratulations to the graduates and good luck. And a beloved elementary school teacher and mentor receives a coveted recognition from the Prince George's County Public School System. CTV's Katara Jones is in Fort Washington with more details.
The Prince George's School System announces Kathy Russell as its 2024 Teacher of the Year. Russell has been a teacher for 26 years. All of those years has been here at Rose Valley Elementary School in Fort Washington. Russell, who teaches reading, language arts, and social studies to third graders, also received a 3-year lease to a new car from Pontiac Automotive Group.
Proud that I'm receiving this recognition. This is our last year here at Rose Valley. It's closing, and I'm moving to another school in Prince George's County. But to have this happen during our last year, it's just amazing. I've been here 26 years, so it's a wonderful, wonderful surprise and a great way to end my final year here at Rose Valley.
Miss Russell, first of all, she's been here 26 years. She is a mentor to so many teachers in this role. She's nationally board certified. She encourages other teachers to become nationally board certified. She has a deep level of knowledge for her content. She's my reading language arts teacher. And she assists as mentors for so many of my teachers.
Russell, who is a national board certified teacher, will also compete for the Maryland Teacher of the Year title. In Fort Washington, Katara Jones, CTV News.
And Rose Valley Elementary School will be closing at the end of the school year. Russell says she'll be moving to Brandywine Elementary School and continuing her teaching career. Well, bettors beware. That's the warning coming from Maryland's Attorney General Anthony Brown. As online sports gambling continues to grow throughout the state, so does the opportunity for scammers to target consumers. Officials say the only legal wagering on sporting events is through operators that are licensed and regulated by the Maryland Lottery and Gaming Control Agency. That includes fantasy sports competitions. Before making any bets, make sure to check for consumer reviews or ratings, read the fine print and conditions. Report any suspected scams to the Consumer Protection Division at 410-528-8662 or to the FBI. And don't go away. After the break, Simon Buggs has the Monday Sports page.
What's up, everybody? And coming right up, Commanders wide receiver Jahan Dotson gives his thoughts on new offensive coordinator Cliff Kingsbury. That story and more in a bit. Don't move.
The thing that drives me every day as a dad is him. Every day he's hungry for something. And there's this huge responsibility in making sure that he's a good person. I think the advice I would give is you don't need to know all the answers. It's okay to make mistakes. As long as it's coming from love, then it kind of starts to work itself out.
The death of George Floyd, who died in police custody Monday night.
Turning my pain into purpose is pretty much what I have done to start this foundation. It's going to take more than just us, you know, as a foundation. It's going to take the community, the world, to help us make a change, because it just can't be us.
Hey there, sports fans. We begin today's sports page with some college softball news. The UMD softball team has some players earn some amazing honors over the weekend as pitcher Courtney Weich and first baseman Diamond Williams made the NFCA All-Region team. Weich had a good season for the team as she led them in innings pitched with 183.2 as well as strikeouts with 243. The Silver Spring native also ranked first in the Big Ten and fourth in the NCAA in strikeouts. The fifth-year player also finished the season with a 3.63 earned runs average. And Weich finished her career in College Park, ranking fourth all-time in the program's history in wins with 54 and third all-time in career strikeouts with 668. And for Williams, she was vital in her one season with the team. The Coastal Carolina transfer started in all 54 games at first base and led the conference in putouts. The Georgia native finished third on the team in batting average with .331, as well as second in hits with 14. She also finished the season ranking fifth in the Big Ten in home runs. Weich, Williams, and the rest of the Lady Terps season came to a close recently as the team fell to Michigan 10-0 in the Big Ten tournament quarterfinals on May 9th. Switching gears to the NFL, the Washington Commanders will have a new offensive coordinator running the show this season as Cliff Kingsbury was hired a couple months back. This is Kingsbury's second stint in the NFL as he was the Arizona Cardinals head coach for 4 years before being let go. Wide receiver Jahan Dotson spoke recently about Kingsbury, and he said he does a good job of maximizing his players' strengths.
He's really good. You know, he makes us feel comfortable. And that's a big thing, I would say, for myself, being able to feel comfortable in the routes that I'm able to run. He really helps us play to our strengths. That's really what you want in a coach, someone who knows your capability and what you can do on the field and tries to maximize it, and I feel like he does a great job of that.
Moving on to the world of high school softball, the Eleanor Roosevelt softball squad took the field earlier today against Richard Montgomery in the state quarterfinals. CTV Sports will provide you with highlights from the game tomorrow. And wrapping up sports, the Baltimore Orioles came away victorious in their game against the Seattle Mariners yesterday, 6-3. The Birds are now 29-15 on the season and will take the diamond next versus the St. Louis Cardinals tonight at 7:45. And that wraps up your Monday sports page. Simon Buggs, CTV Sports.
Thanks, Simon. Now let's get a look at our 3-day weather forecast. We'll finally be getting a break from the rain. Tonight will be mostly clear out. Tuesday we'll have some fog, but it will be nice and sunny with a high of 81 and a low of 61. Wednesday temperatures rise to a high of 86 with a low of 69. Thursday we have a chance of showers around 2 p.m. and we'll see a high of 87. And now for our community calendar. Tomorrow afternoon from 6 to 7 p.m., the Prince George's County Memorial Library System is hosting a LEGO Creative Club. This event takes place at the Accokeek branch. Children ages 5 to 12 can let their imaginations run wild with this creative activity. Legos will be provided. For more information, contact 240-455-5451. And that wraps up our CTV News for now. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again tomorrow. Good night.